focus on the issue of stress and how chronic stress negatively affects our brain and our neurobiology. So I'm going to talk with you about the concept of interconnectedness, and also I want to give you an explanation of what is called the yoga gunas and how yoga brilliantly conceptualizes the idea of stress. And then at the end of the lecture, I'll provide a calm and guided experience for how to rewire the brain and body and help you reduce your negative stress wiring. So there was a professor who came into his class one day, and he held up a glass of water. And he asked the class, "How heavy do you think this glass of water is?" The students were having fun trying to guess how heavy they thought the glass was and what it weighed. However, the professor's point was not really how heavy the glass of water was, but how long are we holding on to it? So sometimes even small things in our psyche can become legitimately difficult and painful, not because they're huge events, but because we continue to hold on to them for years. So large or small, we still have to learn to release and heal the pain points in our psyche. So holding on to emotional burdens like anger or resentment or disappointment means that sooner or later that stress is going to become more pronounced and the burden is going to become increasingly heavy. Just like as if you were going to hold a glass of water for an hour or 3 hours or 5 hours, the burden becomes increasingly heavy. So everybody has stress points in the psyche. We all have pain points. Yoga practices assist us in teaching our system how to rest, restore, and rejuvenate despite our stress points. It helps in bringing balance back into our system. So eventually one does learn how to release and heal pain points. We can heal and release emotional trauma, our woundedness, or various vulnerabilities. So I'd like to take a moment and just review what is stress. What is the definition of stress? So the definition that I like is that stress is our perception and our interpretation that something's going to threaten us or compromise our sense of emotional or psychological or physical safety. And then it is also the corresponding heightened arousal that makes us either fight or flee or freeze. And another important concept related to stress is that it can be either a real situation or we can have a stress response just by imagining or fantasizing something. So we know that a threat can be something physical, it can be something mental, and it can be something emotional. It could be something going on internally with yourself related to your own sense of self-esteem, or it could be an external threat stimulus. Your boss yells at you, or someone is disapproving of you, or we feel criticized about something. That's stress. Again, it can also be internal. Something that already exists in your emotional blueprint. Something that is a core belief that says we're inferior, we're not smart enough, or that no one likes us. These core beliefs are stress within the system. So when we have a stress response, whether it's something that is external or something that is internal, it still activates our entire system. So the musculoskeletal system activates, the autonomic nervous system, the psychoneuroendocrine system, all of these systems activate to protect the psyche. And then we have a fight or flight or freeze response, which gets activated. Now, our response can be mild, it can be moderate, or it can be severe. But either way, we're still activating even under low or mild stress. So whatever category it falls into, we're still mobilizing resources for strength or speed, and we still have a cascading effect of stress chemicals that flood the body.